All Talk family, what's going on? We on Facebook Live tonight. You already know who it is, your boy Paul, man. We're going to talk a little bit about some football tonight because you already know who playing tonight. Those Miami Hurricanes back in the college football playoffs, right where we belong. It has been a long time coming. I am so excited for this matchup because I already know what time it's going to be. My dog's going to come out swinging. They're going to be flying around with that South Florida energy, going to be smacking stuff and just going crazy, man. But give me 1 second, guys. We're going to get to it. I'm just share this to my main page so everybody knows I'm live so people can chime in because this is what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get, more live interaction with everybody and really just see what you guys want to hear. I didn't record anything last week, the holiday stuff just had too much going on. But for right now, I'm trying to, end the year off with a live because, you guys deserve some interaction from me, especially the ones that's been rocking with me for a long time since the beginning. I appreciate you guys for doing that, for showing mad love, sharing my page with everybody. So definitely appreciate that, man. But yeah, we definitely gonna get started. And if you missed the first little snippet, like I was saying, my Hurricanes, we about to put BTA down tonight. Everybody talking Ohio State and talking like they so unbeatable. We not worried about them, man. We got real dogs in Miami, but we gonna get to all that, man. We just got a little show for you guys, man. If you want to tune in and comment, share it so other people can tune in and see what we're doing tonight, that'll definitely help. But if not, if you just want to watch me talk all night, that's cool too. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long tonight. Probably just another 20, 25 minutes. But yeah, man, definitely excited for the new year. Not going to lie for myself, 2025, it was definitely an interesting one, man. Had a lot of highs and lows, personally in my life. But, I'm not, complaining anything because this is life. Everybody's going to go through their trials and tribulations. But, you just learn and grow from it and get stronger and get better. That's all we can do because life is about progress, not regress. And I truly believe that. So I'm trying to take that to the next level and, take ball talk to the next level, take my professional life to the next level. So we just moving new heights, man. So it's gonna be crazy. The comments rolling in. Let's go Ohio State. No, man. Here go the fake Ohio State fans coming out the blue. Let's go Ohio State. Hey, James, man, I know it, man. It's looking rough right now, man. That's that stress, brother. I think it's catching up with me, but it's all right, though, man. One day I'm going to have to fly out to Turkey or somewhere and get me some little restoration, man. It's looking crazy out here, man, but it is what it is. But, yeah, though, man, tonight's show, we're going to just talk about these matchups, man. The playoffs are back in college and in the NFL, so definitely excited for all these games this weekend. Starting off with tonight, of course, the Hurricanes going up against the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Cotton Bowl. And man, like I said, everybody think, oh, Ohio State just gonna come in and show that they are too dominant for anybody. But I'm not believing that, man. If you really paid attention to the Miami Hurricanes game and the Texas A&M Aggies last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, you should know Miami has a real defense. And we all know defense wins championships. And that is the reason teams take things to the next level or surprise teams because of their defense. And when I got guys like Ruben Bain, Akeem Mesidor, Wesley Bassane, we just got hella players, man, who can just fly around and hit. And I'm not too worried about Julian Sayin compared to Marcel Reed athleticism because they're in two different categories when it comes to that. And we sacked Marcel 7 times last week. 7 times for a dual threat quarterback is hard to believe. So you got to take that in consideration when you're looking at this matchup because defense wins championships. I know they have Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, Bo Jackson. Those guys, they definitely are some dogs. Not going to hold that back. But if you can contain the person that has to feed those dogs, you don't have to worry about that. And I think we are built for Ohio State to slow them down because, and if you paid attention when Ohio State played Indiana had like 5 sacks on them boys. And I already know for a fact my defensive line is way better than Indiana's. I'm talking about head over heels. So you're going to see tonight why my Hurricanes are in this college football and why we have Ohio State on upset alert, because these boys are hungry. They already know that they were supposed to be in this position last year. So for them to just coming in this matchup knowing that they are underdogs, it's just going to add more fuel to the fire. Not only mention that, my young true freshman rookie, Malachi Tony, he got snubbed for the Freshman of the Year award to Julian Sayin, which is crazy because Julian actually transferred in. So I don't know how he got that, but it's going to show tonight why Malachi Tony is really the best freshman in the country. So I can't wait to see this matchup, man. Cristobal, I definitely trust him more over Ryan Day. Even though Ryan Day has had a championship, I think he did lose a coordinator that is going to really affect their playing style against us. And I think my defensive coordinator has just elevated that defense to a different level where teams don't really know what to expect from us. So that's what we need, especially against a team like Ohio State. It's going to be another defensive battle, I'm sure. Definitely smacking the under on that one. But yeah, definitely in for a show tonight. Now, the main thing is Carson Beck. He's going to have to show up. We can't have a Carson Beck who's going to turn the ball over left and right. We need an efficient Carson, one who's decisive and just wants to get rid of the ball and just keep the offense flowing, because we have the weapons as well to keep Ohio State off the field, but Carson cannot make a mistake. And I really believe that Carson is ready for this moment, even though he had a few slip-ups this season. But, you know, it's hard to be great all season. And even though he is 26, so he has to prove why these guys are ready for this moment. I think he is. And then I just trust him over Julian, because Julian hasn't been in this, well, he has been in this moment, but I don't think, you know, it's hard to do it back to back. And I think Carson is hungry enough to get a ring this year, man. So we'll see what we're going with. Who you guys trusting? I see a lot of people rocking with Ohio State. Let's go Ohio State. Don't even know what city Ohio State Buckeyes are located in, but you know how that go, man. Everybody want to jump on the bandwagon when it's all good. But yeah, man, if anybody watching, let me hear some thoughts instead of, you know, trying to talk about my hairline. I know I'm looking crazy, but it's all good, man. But yeah, next matchup though, we got Oregon versus Texas Tech next on Saturday, and that's going to be a crazy battle, I think, for sure. Two quarterbacks who can definitely go at it. Dante Moore is definitely a quarterback you have to game plan for. He can kill you with his arm. He can move a little bit. And then, you know, they have decent running game and electrifying passing game with Dante. So it's going to be a good battle for Texas Tech. And I just don't know how Texas Tech is going to do with 3 weeks off, essentially, because they haven't played since early December. And we all know when a couple weeks off, it takes some time and it takes some juice off of your football team, man. Everybody's gonna get relaxed and like, man, I'm ready for the game, you know, and energy just starts wearing out. So Texas Tech gonna have to get up for this game because Oregon is definitely coming in hot. They just beat the brakes off of JMU. So they definitely are feeling themselves right now. But I think it's gonna be a good one. Definitely would consider taking that over in this matchup as well, because they just look like two teams that's going to go at it. But I got to go with Oregon in this one, man. I just think Oregon is more deep, and they have the better offense overall. I mean, Texas Tech quarterback Mayer, he is pretty good as well. I'm sorry, but I just can't see him beating Dante Moore, especially knowing that they haven't really faced as much adversity as Dante and Oregon Ducks this year. So just give me Oregon, man. It's got to be the big Ducks coming out of that matchup. But yeah, Alabama and Indiana, man. You talk about a dogfight. This is going to be a dogfight. I don't know if Indiana has been in this type of game ever. And I know Alabama is used to these types of games because we know who they are. But I gotta see what quarterback really comes to play. That's what I think this matchup will entail. Ty Simpson and the Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza going at it. Two quarterbacks who are essentially trying to get their name called in next year's draft. It's going to be interesting to see. Now, of course, Fernando has shown that he has been the most consistent quarterback in the league while winning the Heisman. Not in the league, but in America by winning the Heisman this year. So you got to account for him. He has been clutch. He can throw the ball downfield. He's precise. He doesn't throw interceptions too much. So just a prolific quarterback that you want to have. Now, one of his downfalls is he really can't move too much. I don't think he can. I mean, he does enough, but not enough to really like shock you. So we'll see if that will be a factor. I don't know how Alabama's defense will play him, but then also Todd Simpson, he's an interesting quarterback because he shows promise sometimes. He shows that he can sling it and he can move in the pocket and make the right plays. But then he also shows some inconsistency at times. He can get riled if the defense is getting to him early. He's not always accurate when he's under pressure, which you have to be in certain situations as a quarterback. That's going to be a big tell for him tonight. Now, if Alabama can get that running game going, I think that'll definitely help Ty be more successful because you can't just have him throwing the ball all night. That's not going to beat anybody. In Indiana, like I said, they had 5 sacks against Ohio State. So they do have a decent defense line, and you can't just let them go free and get to the quarterback because they will cause havoc. So yeah, Alabama, they have to prove it themselves in the trenches essentially. And if you don't know what the trenches are, you need to look that up. But nah, I'm not gonna do that. Nah, this the offensive line, defensive line. You gotta know who is gonna win that dog fight because that is always the tale of the game, pretty much. Who won in the trenches. And I want to say Alabama's going to win this one, man. I want to say, of course, I'm a secondary Alabama guy right now. Indiana, it's a team you can't count out. Even when they look like they was out against Penn State, Ohio State, they find a way to come back and win. So it's good when you have that type of experience, especially when you're facing a team like Alabama who's, like championships. So it's going to be a good one, but I'm going to go with Alabama in this one just because I just think, they're just more built for this moment. Football doesn't really get too much bigger than Alabama. I mean, of course, Indiana plays in a big conference as well, but SEC football has just been the premier for so long. I just think their teams are built for these type of moments. So give me Alabama against Indiana as well. Then some more SEC teams. Of course, we have the Ole Miss Rebels and the Georgia Bulldogs. Another big SEC showdown. I do like both of these quarterbacks as well. Trevor Chambers for the Rebels and Gunnar Stockton. 2 quarterbacks who know how to use their arms and their legs very well, very effectively. So that should be an interesting test for both defenses. They're definitely going to have to stay, they definitely going to have to be disciplined, have a lot of gap protection, stuff like that. So it's going to be a good game. I think most of the offenses will have some time scoring just because the defenses have been pretty good on both ends. So we'll see how this goes. Georgia and Ole Miss, it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to come down, maybe not to the wire, but it will be a decent close matchup. Georgia will probably pull this one out just because they are more experienced as a whole. Kirby Smart is one of the best coaches in college football. He knows how to play in these type of matchups. And then Ole Miss, I know, they had Lane Kiffin, but he's not coaching there anymore, so he can't be on the sideline. And they're probably going to miss his mind in a game like this, especially when you have to get the most creative. So I don't know. It's going to be a good one, but I got to go with Georgia for sure. I just think they're just ready for this moment. So we'll see. All right, guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the college football playoffs. If y'all want to drop a comment and tell me who will win the whole thing or who will win these 4 matchups, let me know in the comments because I'm trying to see what y'all are hearing, man. That's what I'm on this live for. I'm trying to interact with my peoples and see what's good with it. But yeah, man. Let's see. Yeah, so we got to talk about some NFL too, because of course this is the last week 17. So I mean, not too many meaningful matchups, but we have some matchups that should get interesting, and it's either do or die for a couple of teams, and we got to talk about them. So the first is the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the battle of the NFC South. really the trash division of the league because all these teams are not really that great. But somebody has to win and somebody has to go to the playoffs. The thing is with this matchup is that we don't know what version of either team we're going to get because sometimes the Panthers look great. They can beat the Rams. They can beat the Packers. They can battle it out with the Seahawks. But when they play against the Saints or somebody, they get blown out. It just doesn't make any type sense. Then the Buccaneers, they can go toe to toe with the Eagles. They can beat the Texans. They can beat the Seahawks. They can battle out with these teams, but they lose to the Dolphins. They lose to the Saints. They lose to mediocre teams. So it has to be some consistency somewhere between these two teams on Sunday or Saturday, because if not, they're going to get exposed. Now, as y'all know, I have been bashing Carolina recently because they really just haven't done much, in my opinion. I mean, they have had a better season than, of course, last year. They have shown improvements in a lot of areas, but still not a team that really scares me, right? Especially with Bryce Young at quarterback, because he's just too up and down for my liking. But I do think they will have a good game plan for the Buccaneers, and it will be a hard time for Tampa to score because Baker Mayfield, he has been hurt, and Baker does not play well hurt at all. He plays like a shell of himself for the most part if he gets hurt, and that's not a good sign. Not right before the playoffs either, and they've really still trying to mesh Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Mecca Ibuka has disappeared essentially because he has nowhere to be found. So they had to figure that out quick because if not, they're going home and they're going to Cancun. And if they go home this year when they started off the season 6-2, I feel like my boy Todd Bowles might be on that hot seat, man. And I hate to see that because Todd has been a key factor for the Bucs' success in these recent years. He was defensive coordinator, took over for Bruce Arians after he retired. So he's definitely, Bucs culture. And, he shouldn't be on the hot seat in my eyes, but it's hard to say he won't be, especially with this downfall pretty much. So we'll see what's going on with the Bucs this weekend. But yeah, it's gonna be a dog fight. Baker, he has to fight for his respect, man, because he tried to look like he was MVP in the beginning, but that fell off quick. And Bryce Young, he definitely has to prove himself. Like I think he's leading the league with 6 comebacks in the fourth quarter this year, which is great. Like I like that for Bryce. Definitely shows that he has clutchness in him, but he still has to show he could be consistent. Like he had 54 passing yards last week. Like, come on, Bryce. That's not going to move any needle for anybody who's trying to root for you. So I think I'm gonna have to go with the Bucs in this one, man. It's gonna be hard to call it, and they are at home, so they should not lose the division title at home. But we'll see, man. It's gonna be a dog fight, an interesting game. Who you guys think will handle this pressure more, Baker Mayfield or Bryce Young? Who's built for this moment? Now, in my eyes, I'm going with Baker because Baker has been to the playoffs and he knows what he's going up against. So, got to go with him. But let me know in the comments who you think has more pressure, Bryce Young or Baker Mayfield. All right, let's move on to another NFC showdown. But in the West, we have the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Man, the NFC West has been crazy this year. It's been a lot of talent, a lot of wins in this league. Yes, sir, Donald. Tell him, man. It's all about you, man. You already know. But yeah, the Seahawks and the Niners, talking about your 49ers too. The 49ers, they look good as of lately, man. Brock Purdy just went crazy last Monday. He threw for, I think he had 5 touchdowns total. Something crazy like that. So that was an impressive win, especially on Monday night against the Chicago Bears, who were hot as well. So that was a good win for them, especially George Kittle didn't play. Trent Williams got hurt. And, it just looked like a good win. The 49ers are clicking at the right time. Yeah, bang, bang, 49er game. Y'all got a lot to be happy about right now. And then y'all going to see Sam Darnold, who has also had another great year, the first quarterback ever to win back-to-back 13 wins on 2 different teams. So that's an impressive feat for Sam Darnold. But he has to prove that he can get it done in the postseason. We still have not seen any type of success from him in that regard. So we will see what he does. This will be a big test for him. If y'all win Saturday, yeah, y'all might be for real this year. I can't lie. Even though y'all defense really not the best right now, y'all still missing Fred, even though he may come back if y'all make the NFC Championship, I saw. But we'll see. I do think y'all still have some help need some help in the secondary, I should say, because y'all secondary ain't the best right now. But we'll see though, man. Can't count out Kyle Shanahan. He knows how to get you guys going despite injuries or anything like that. Nick Bosa out. So I like what y'all doing right now. And I think y'all will beat the Seahawks is what I'm trying to get to as well, because I just don't trust Sam Darnold in these moments. And if y'all can contain their run game, at least to a minimum, I think, if putting the game in just Sam's hands, that's a recipe to beat him, because he's not that type of guy who can just take over a game for real. But they have exceeded their expectations for real. The Seahawks have. I didn't think Jackson Smith-Njigba would be, this close to breaking the wide receiver record. And then I didn't know, Cooper Kupp would be still, he's still serviceable, but not the best. But he's doing good. And then they got Rashid Shaheed. So they look pretty good for the future. And it looks like Sam Darnold will be there for a while. So we'll see what Seattle's going to do. But I got to go with the San Fran 49ers in this one. CMC, of course, we all know his greatness. I think he's about to crack 1,000 yards for passing and rushing. So that's crazy. I don't think anybody's ever done that. So as long as he stays healthy and they keep feeding him the rock, it's going to be hard to stop that 49ers offense right now, especially how Brock Purdy is playing. You got to get pressure on them, that's for sure. The Seahawks, they have the pass rush to do that. Leonard Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence, they got plenty dogs up there. But I'm just worried about the offense. So give me the 49ers on Saturday, man, taking the NFC West. Then the last battle is the Ravens versus the Steelers, the battle of the AFC North. Man, AFC North has been so unpredictable this year. You just, you think one moment the Steelers got some, what's that? Oh, he done in Carolina. He did a little bit. Did they make the playoffs? I don't think they made the playoffs. So he really ain't showed enough to really say he's done anything to me. But we'll see. I think Saturday will be the main test that he needs to pass to really say he is that guy for the job. So we'll see. But yeah, the AFC North though, man, that's gonna be a dog fight, just like their whole season has been. You thought the Bengals were gonna win at one point. You thought the Ravens was gonna just take it home. Now you thought the Steelers were gonna take it. So it's just unpredictable right now. You don't know who's gonna win. And then, not to mention, Lamar Jackson has been hurt on and off all season. He looks like he's not anywhere near himself right now. I think Lamar is playing, Don. I think he is going to play because, he got to play. This is the last game. Everything got to be on the table. Tyler Huntley did look good last week against the Packers, but I don't think he's going to get that job done against that Steelers defense when their back is against the wall. So Lamar better strap up, put his ice hat on, do whatever he need to do to get in on Sunday. But yeah, Lamar and Derrick Henry combo, it has to be clicking for them to win this game, man. Derrick Henry went vintage. Derrick Henry last week, 36 carries for 200 plus yards, 4 touchdowns. So I know whoever had him in fantasy was happy. But yeah, they need them two to be clicking on all cylinders if they want a chance to win this game, because their receiver's just not it. Like I've repeatedly said, they have no real number one. Zay Flowers is not a one. Bateman is a number 3 at max. D-Hop is not it anymore. He's just good for a red zone target every now and then. So you got to get some consistency somewhere. And tight ends, they usually not going to win your game, especially not Mark Andrews, who's still banged up and old. Zay Likely, he should definitely be getting more touches. Maybe he will Sunday, but they don't really use him effectively. That's why I think he's going to be out of there this offseason. But yeah, we'll definitely see what the Ravens do. That's a great point, Coach. I think the Ravens might get rid of Lamar for sure. For one, they already have reports out that they practiced late because of him, which I I mean, I guess, he is a quarterback and he should get some say so when they practice, but practicing in the afternoon is kind of wild to me because you got to get the day started off right in the morning, get your mind right, get your body right, all that stuff. And you're not getting to the facility to the afternoon. So that means you staying up late, not really taking care of your body, not letting your mind rest, all that stuff that you need to do for a quarterback. And for two, you staying injured. You're not prepping your body right. Either you're not eating the right thing. Something's not going on right with your preparation. If you staying on the injury list like this in these couple of recent years, I know he lost weight to try to get more faster or twitchier, I guess, but not really working for him. And three, he's not really showing any on-field performance at the moment. I mean, the last couple of weeks, we haven't really seen the MVP Lamar. We've seen a shell of himself, in a sense. It's a definite possibility. It's a definite possibility that they can move on from him. I know it's rumors that the Dolphins were looking into trading for him if he was available. You move from a Sam Darnold, yeah. I mean, I get that. I definitely do, but this league is about results, man. And what results have Lamar gotten for them boys besides just getting an MVP? Like, yeah, he's gotten them notoriety and public fame and recognition, but they not bringing that Lombardi home, and that's gonna get tiring in Baltimore for sure. Especially they used to winning, especially from Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and all them boys. So we're gonna see. I know the clock is ticking. It's either ticking on him or Harbaugh. Know if they'll move on from Harbaugh, especially because his brother is coaching right now. And I think the NFL like that narrative. So it's gonna be hard for me to see Lamar leaving, but it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. If he was to leave, I think he either go to the Dolphins, maybe Atlanta, a team like that. They could use him. A team who got some playmakers who just needs a playmaker at quarterback. So I think that'll be two good moves for him. But we'll see. I mean, I know he probably wants to stay in Baltimore. Of course, the fans want him there. So yeah, man. Yeah. No, I get that. Definitely. But yeah, this game definitely gonna be interesting one. The Steelers, man. I don't know if they have enough juice offensively to win this game without DK Metcalf. I don't know why DK did that dumb stuff and hit a fan. Like, you're not surrounded by 1,000 cameras, bro. Like, you got to be smarter than that, especially knowing that your team going to need you down the line and the NFL not going to play about you stealing off from somebody. Like, that's just crazy. I don't know what's up with Pittsburgh and getting all these nutcase receivers. Like, they can never keep them in check. I know Mike Tomlin is a coach for the players. He gets them to get up and give them his best. But I don't know. They just get the wrong type of receivers, I guess. Ones who just don't know how to keep their composure and don't know how to just stay in the moment and stay focused. It's tough. But it might cost them their season too, which is yeah, parenting for sure. Are you talking about Lamar? Ooh, I don't know if they're going to replace him in the draft per se. I haven't heard too much about that. This quarterback draft is going to be interesting. I mean, it is some talent, I think, but I don't know if it's any talent that's going to make some major changes right now. Maybe a couple quarterbacks from the playoffs, like Dante Moore. I can't say Ty Simpson Fernando Mendoza looks good, but I think his seat is like a Kirk Cousins, somebody like that. So we'll see. But yeah, Donald, definitely parenting. That starts at home. These dudes definitely are emotional now. They let the easiest things get to them and get them rattled, which is it's not good. It starts in the home for sure. But yeah, it starts at home. Yeah, they just got to know better. You know better, you do better. That's it. He just knew he can get away with that, and he felt like he could, but now it's gonna cost him. So we'll see. For this one, man, it's hard to call. Who y'all think gonna win this matchup? The Ravens or the Steelers? I really can't call this one. I really can't. I know it's gonna be a lot of field goals. Boswell gonna be busy. Tyler Luke gonna be busy. And it's probably gonna be a defensive game because I know both defenses are probably like, saying the same thing. Their offenses are really not hitting on nothing, so they got to lock in. But, man, my gut telling me the Steelers because I know Mike Tomlin and his game plan, but without DK Metcalf, I don't know how good that's gonna look. Give me the Ravens in this one, man. I'm going with Lamar and the Ravens. Hopefully they make me a profit. I got to go with the Ravens just because I think this is going to be it. Now, if the Steelers miss the playoffs, I don't know if Mike Tomlin's going to get fired or not. What y'all think about that? You think Mike Tomlin's going to get fired? Let me know in the comments, whenever you see this. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I hope he doesn't, but if he does, he'll definitely have a job somewhere else real fast. So it wouldn't be a bad thing for him. He'll just have to start over. Is it in Baltimore? I think it is in Baltimore. Let me double check that. Because it's gonna be a tough one. Let me see. No, it's in Pittsburgh. It's in Pittsburgh, Don. So it's gonna be that's gonna be a tough one. If it's in Pittsburgh, yeah, I might have to take that back then. I think Pittsburgh might win that one. Yeah, I agree with that, Coach. Lamar definitely has to have a great game for the Ravens to win. He does. He's gonna have to use those legs. He's gonna have to make plays with his arm downfield, all that good stuff. Vintage Lamar is needed to win in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I think I got to go with Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh because you just can't go against them in this type of moments. We seen them pull these type of games out in too many situations. So Pittsburgh is the pick for sure. But for the whole playoffs, though, it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be an interesting playoffs. For one, we don't have any Patrick Mahomes this year. Maybe not Lamar if he doesn't make it. Josh Allen, he's not playing his best football right now. So he's definitely going, we don't know what version of him we're going to get. And then you got all these young quarterbacks in. Bo Nix. You got Trevor Lawrence, CJ Stroud. Guys who are trying to prove themselves in the league still. So it's going to be an interesting matchup to see, especially when we have to, come down to the wire and see who wants it more. I don't know. In the AFC, it's going to be a toss-up because, well, really in both conferences, it's going to be a toss-up. Like I said, we don't know what version of these quarterbacks we're going to get in these moments because we never seen them here. So it's going to be interesting. I think the AFC is going to be whoever's defense can step up. I'm sorry, I forgot Drake May as well for the Patriots. I don't know how I forgot that. Drake May. So yeah, a lot of young quarterbacks have an opportunity to get a ring this year. Now, I think whoever has the best defense in the AFC is going to come out on top. So it's between either, in my opinion, it's going to be either the Broncos or the Texans coming out of the AFC. It's either one of those two. If I had to put some money on whoever would come out of the AFC, I think it would be CJ Stroud. We would take Mike Tomlin in Dallas. I know you would. Nah, I like Schottenheimer though. He definitely look good. He definitely, he gets y'all boys going to a certain extent, but just got to put it all together. But yeah, the AFC, I think the Texans, they could win it all if CJ Stroud and the offense plays right. That defense is looking unstoppable, and I mean the Broncos, they have a good defense too, but I just don't trust Bo Nix over CJ Stroud. I don't, because I've seen Bo Nix struggle at times, and I've seen CJ go be above and beyond when it all looks bad. Give me them boys. I want to play the Broncos back in the 90s was a problem in that altitude. Nah, I believe that it probably still is a problem. It probably still is. And yeah, if the Texans have to go up there, that will be an interesting. It will be an interesting one because we just don't know how that will affect them. And it's going to be freezing cold, and the Texans, they play in that dome, so that might be a factor, but we'll see. DeMeco Ryans, to me, he's hungry this year. I think he wants his respect as a coach of being, discussed in one of the top of the top. So we'll see if he can do that. Sean Payton, of course, already got his. But yeah, man, it's going to be a good playoff. Now for the NFC, we got a lot of people that either have done something or looking to do something. Of course, my birds, Jalen Hurts, we wrapped up our division, the NFC East, and we trying to get back to another Super Bowl. We're not even starting our starters next week. So we just chilling. I got a little bye and trying to get right for the playoffs. Then you got Matt Stafford, old man Stafford, still trying to prove he can do it with the best, and he's trying to get another ring. He just came off that terrible loss Monday night to the Falcons. But I'm not worried about him in the playoffs. We know what type of gamer he is. Then you got Sam Darnold trying to prove that he's a franchise quarterback and can take his team as far as he allows them. So we'll see with him. The NFC South, we're still trying to figure out if it's going to be Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young. But basically, we got a whole lot of teams who are trying to make some noise. Jordan Love, we'll see if he gets back and get healthy for the playoffs. But we'll see. The Packers, they also just picked up Trayvon Diggs. I don't know if you guys saw that today. That's going to be an interesting move for them. It's crazy. They picked up Micah and Trayvon in the same year. They must have had that plotted out. But yeah, man, for the NFC, of course, you already know who I'm rocking with. Those guys, excuse me, that guy back here, Jalen Hurts, man. I'm rocking with one all day. Stafford with no Adams is done. Yeah, Stafford with Adams, we all seeing a difference with that, man. You doubling up Puka, giving him less targets. It's going to be tough to find anybody else because they really don't have another receiver who can really, take over a game. They have some receivers that can make plays, of course, but not just take over and be consistently open like Puka or Devontae. So definitely going to be interesting to see how that affects them. I think he should be back for the playoffs, I would assume, but and I would assume he would play, but you don't know how healthy he's going to be. That hamstring is difficult. But yeah, man, we'll see. Man. But let me know in the comments, guys. What matchups are you guys most excited for? And which team do you trust least in the playoffs? And yeah, man, just let me know. Because for me, what matchup I'm most excited for probably is, I think it's Trevor Lawrence, whoever Trevor Lawrence plays. I think the Chargers, maybe. Trevor Lawrence with the Chargers. That's going to be an interesting one. Really, all the playoffs matchups is going to be good, man. I think this is the most intriguing playoffs, especially since Patrick Mahomes is not in it. And, we haven't seen too many other quarterbacks go to the Super Bowl twice. I mean, my guy been twice already. He won for one, so we trying to get above 500 in that regard. But we'll see, man. It's a lot to prove this year. Now, the team I trust the least in the playoffs is whatever team comes out the NFC South. Definitely one of them. And like I said, I don't really trust Sam Darnold in big moments, so I really don't trust him to do much either. So those be my two teams from the NFC and AFC who I don't trust. But yeah, guys, that's all the sports talk I really got tonight, man. Because I'm getting ready to get off here because this game about to come on. But yeah, for 2026, guys, I'm just trying to build my brand even more. Just trying to, interact with you guys, just like this. I feel like this was a good interaction. I appreciate, whoever commented and, interacted with me tonight. Because that was a good thing for me. Feel like, the more I do this, the better, of course, it will get with this. And, hopefully I'll be able to bring in more people face-to-face live because I do want to talk, and have people on ball talk because that's what this is about. I want to talk sports, have like a, like we sitting at the crib or sitting in the barbershop just talking type of feel. That's what I like to do. So yeah, we're gonna keep this thing rolling. And this definitely will be reposted so I can, you can tap in and see what we talked about. You can share this for me. I mean, so it just being the algorithm. I appreciate you guys, man. But yeah, we definitely gonna do some more fan interaction next year. Definitely gonna have some interviews on here next year in the future. Definitely gonna be doing a lot more clips for sure. I've been inconsistent with my clips last couple weeks, just working with this storage, guys. Been a headache, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. But yeah, man, definitely going to be doing just more everything, man. Debates and more breakdowns of interactions, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, you guys can comment, let me know what you think I should do. I would definitely take your guys' word in consideration because I appreciate everybody rocking with me. But yeah, man, 2026 is here, guys, and I just wanted to wish y'all a happy New Year's from Ball Talk with Paul. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me all 2025 and 2026. It is nothing but up, man. Whatever you guys are doing, just stay consistent, stay persistent, stay prayed up. Because it's a rough world out here. We all trying to just get to a bag, do whatever we got to do for our family. So just keep grinding, keep being you, and keep doing what you do. All right. So, all right, guys, appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. And one last thing, you already know, go Hurricanes, man. We about to whoop up on Ohio State. I don't care what you got to say, what you heard, or what you thought you knew. It's Miami Hurricane time tonight, though. All right, guys, appreciate y'all rocking with Ball Talk with Paul, and we out.